Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are doing so well today. Today is a great day to DIY, which is exactly what we're gonna do, but we're gonna make these DIYs functional because as I'm looking around my studio, I am getting a little bit stressed because everything is everywhere. I've been doing a bit of an overhaul in here, so I wanna use these projects to help keep me tidy. So today we are working on some Ikea storage hacks. I feel like Ikea is one of the best places to look for, especially if you wanna stay organized. Like if you've ever been to one of their showrooms, they always have this little sticker on the doors that says look inside, and usually it is organized to perfection because they have cabinets that have specific boxes that fit for their specific dimensions, and there's nothing more satisfying than when your organizers fit perfectly. It is so aspirational and literal goals. So we're gonna take a look at some of their organization while we're there. Ikea really is one of the best places to get basics and then customize it. So I treat it as basically a blank store. So let's go grab a couple of items, see what they have in store, and let's DIY. This is the second time I've seen people sleeping in the living room setups and their families taking photos of them. I'm strongly considering this for the studio. I feel like it fits so much stuff. There's lots of closed storage and then there's open storage in the middle here. So I feel like it'll be a good option. And the price on this is really good. It is $385. And this is pretty big. I've been eyeing this bookshelf for a while. It went viral and it has been sold out. I think they might have it in stock. And it's kind of loud. Is this the one that you're able to fold up? Okay, wait, I was wrong. It's this one right here where you can pull it out and then a whole desk comes out. I love the small drawers and the carts at Ikea. They have so many different options. I think their most popular is probably the Alex drawers as well as the utility carts. For this project, I picked up the Mickey or the Mick, not sure the name of it, but it is a drawer unit and it has wheels, which is essential, especially in a studio. This room is not that big at all, so I prefer to have things on wheels so that I can move everything around. And pretty much everything in here is on wheels besides my cabinet and my desk. I wish it had wheels, and then my chair as well. I'm always rearranging and switching things up depending on where I need it, so this is a really great piece. It is very modern, very sleek, has a lot of clean lines, and is very simple, so we're gonna give it a little bit of a makeover. We just have to build it first, which at this point I feel like I'm a pro. Like I know where a cam lock goes, where a cam screw goes. I feel like we can do this pretty quickly, even though there's like a bunch of drawers, which are always not fun, but let's get this done quickly and then we can make it over. So originally I was going to paint this entire thing, but then I was like, why would I want to put myself through the torture of sanding, priming, and taping if this piece is basically perfect? So instead we're gonna do the next best thing, contact paper. So I have two different options here. I have a little bit more of a warmer wood tone and then a more neutral one, but it has a lot of lines on it. So I feel like I'm probably gonna go with this warm one. I've been really loving checkerboards and grids and just anything to add a pattern to a piece, especially a piece of furniture, because I feel like it's a little bit more expensive to buy it store-bought. So DIY is definitely the way to go, and my plan for this is to cut out the contact paper and then use the base of the furniture as the dark side and then this as the light side. I already know the math is gonna mess me up on this because the dimensions on this piece are not exact fractions or whole numbers. So I'm going to take my time with this and figure it out as we go along. I have been absolutely loving all the ways that you can DIY with contact paper, especially when you cut it down like this and use them as tiles. You guys have seen me do marble/stone contact paper before, like in my bathroom and on a coffee table, but this is my first time trying a wood pattern, and all I'm doing is just alternating it between the dark color of the original piece. And the trick here is to match the wood grain to go in the same direction. I love DIY projects like this because it shows you that DIY does not always have to be taking out a paintbrush, sandpaper, or a drill. It can be as simple as cutting contact paper and creating a whole new look. In all my years of DIY, I've learned that even the quote-unquote simple projects take a lot of time as well. The thing that always takes me the longest is the prep work and figuring out what design I want to do, because there are so many different ways that you can make a stripe or a checkerboard. So I tried this with 2 rows and 3 rows and tested it all, and then I ended up just going with the simple 1-row stripe. But once we get to the border, that is what's going to give us the checkerboard effect. It just took me a little while to figure that out, but now that we do, I think this is going to go by pretty fast. My plan with this cart is to put all my journaling and craft paper supplies in here, because right now I have it mixed up with all my other supplies, but journaling is more of a personal hobby, so I want to have a dedicated spot for it, a place where I could just open it up at the end of the night, unwind, jot down all my thoughts, or scrapbook a page. It's kind of the one hobby that I've just kept for myself, so there's no pressure to film it or to make it perfect. I definitely would love to share more of that side on my channel, so if you guys want to see more content on journaling and junk journaling, let me know in the comments. Guys, why are trash cans so ugly? Like, if it's gonna sit out and about in a room and take up space and get all smelly, why can't we make them look good? I feel like when I go shopping, I see waste baskets that are pretty cute, like the trash cans without a lid. But if it's a step can, I have yet to see anything that actually looks good. I have been putting off finding the perfect one for the studio for so long, but today we're gonna change that because we're gonna DIY one. So I got one from Ikea, and it's just like the basic steel round kind, but we're going to transform it to look kind of like a tea canister. That is where my inspiration is coming from. I think the design of them are so gorgeous, so I'm pulling inspo from a couple different ones, and I gotta be honest, I'm not sure how this is actually gonna turn out. Like, I could see it and imagine it in my head, but to actually execute it is going to be the tricky part, so let's see how this turns out. One of the tea canisters that really inspired me was this one. I love the birds on it, so I thought maybe I could put something similar onto this project. So of course I went onto Etsy, I found a downloadable print, and then I sent it to FedEx to get it printed out. This is super affordable because for $3 and some change, I got this very beautiful print which I could use to hang up. That is some thick paper. The quality is really good, and I got it printed on thicker paper because I'm going to Mod Podge it on, so I wanted something that wasn't going to be like super see-through. My plan is to cut out the grains for this design, and I might also use the flowers, but we will see. Welcome to day 743 of projects not going according to plan, because I did get the cranes cut out and they look pretty good, but I was testing out what I thought was going to be the next step and it is a total fail. So I ordered what I thought were gilding rub-on transfers, which is basically like a gold foil and looks pretty good, but instead I got these sticker decals essentially. Even after opening this package a couple of days ago and inspecting them, I did not realize that this is is the actual front side, which is just like a gradient paint. I mistakenly thought that this was the back side and the gold was on the other side and it would like transfer onto the material, and I was totally wrong. But I tested it anyways, and the adhesive on this is just like way too sticky to use for my project. It took off some of the paint and I do not want to risk that happening to the rest of the trash can. So I think I'm going to nix this idea and pivot. I'm gonna put my thinking cap on and just brainstorm some different ideas. It's looking pretty good. I love this burgundy color with the blue. I just think it's a nice contrast. I was thinking about adding more around the other sides as well, but I think this is enough. I don't want to get too carried away because I think once we add on the lid, it's going to really complete it. The last thing I need to do is to actually add on a little bake handle on top here. So I'm using this wood round. I'm going to paint it the same burgundy color and we'll put it on top here, kind of like a little knob, and I think that would really complete it. These were exactly the projects that I needed for the studio because I just spent like the past hour organizing everything. Now that I have the cart, I cleared up so much space. Things are looking so much better, and every time I look at these pieces, I honestly forget that they were from Ikea because they just look so much better now. Let me know in the comments which project was your favorite. I think this week it has to go to the trash can because that project really threw me in for a loop and I had to pivot, but I'm so happy with how it came out. And I finally have an aesthetic place to put all of my trash. I really hope this video gave you guys some good ideas, and if you liked it, make sure to give it a thumbs up down below and also subscribe so that you don't miss out on more projects. And if you want to see even more from me, I post on my Instagram every single day. I'm actually posting more projects over there, so definitely check it out. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Stay inspired and I will see you in the next one. Bye!